Make it. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to CS Ed Week, aka CS for SD. I am here with my Create and CSTA San Diego colleagues. We got Mrs. Corey Ann Bridges from Kearney High School and Mr. Tony Claudio from Olympian High School joining us, along with some students that just happened to found our awesome Earsketch activity. I'm also joined here with my colleague at Create UC San Diego, Laura Santos. Say hello, Yara. And then last but not least, the start of the show, Yada's going to be showing us how to remix some coding using Georgia Tech's Earsketch. So if y'all don't know what that is, she's going to explain it more in depth. So take it away, Yada.
Hello, everyone. Okay, let's get started. I will share my screen. No, also share sound. 1 second. Okay, cool. Can you guys see this?
Yep.
Okay, so welcome to Remix Coding Time. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is the agenda for today. I'll be first starting with introducing Earsketch. Then I'll be walking through a demo of what you can expect by the end of today's workshop. Then I'll be introducing some basic concepts to you guys, such as functions, parameters, and for loops. Then last but not least, I'll be talking about the contest and some prizes. Okay, so what is Earsketch? In simple terms, Earsketch is an educational platform that basically allows you to learn about programming by making music. And I will show you a little snippet of what I made with Earsketch. Let me share screen. I'll just share my entire screen. Okay. So, can you guys hear this? Is this okay, we'll stop here for now, but this is what you can expect by the end of today's class. And then I will show you a little bit of behind the scenes of the code that we use to make this. So over here, we have our digital audio workstation. So this you can see the individual audio clips that we use to make the music. So I can play here. Oh, wait, sorry, I adjusted. Let me turn this back. Okay, but basically we have our song right here, and it's visualized so you can see the individual sound clips. And then at the bottom here, we have our code editor. So today we'll be working in Python, and then these are the code we use to make this music. Don't worry if this is a little confusing. I'll be going through line by line what each of these functions are and how you can make this. And then on the right here, we have our content manager. So over here, you can select, these are the sounds, and you can search it. And then here, these are the scripts. These are the APIs. I'll show you guys individually like what you'll be using to make everything. So don't worry if this is a little overwhelming. On the right here is the curriculum, so the documentation, if you want more like instructions on how to navigate and use Earsketch. Okay, so now that that's done, let's continue with our lesson. So first, I'll be talking about functions. A function is a reusable block of code that can be used to perform an action. And so let's go through an example. Let's say you're teaching a robot how to fry an egg. How would you give instructions to a robot? So we say, let's first get the egg from the fridge, turn on the stove, we add the oil, we crack the egg into the pan, and then we wait for it to cook. So there are 5 instructions to tell the robot how to fry an egg. But let's say, what happens if you say you want to fry 3 eggs? How would you tell the robot that? Let's see. That's a lot of instructions, right? That's 15 instructions. So for frying 3 eggs, you get the egg from the fridge, fry the first egg, then you fry the second egg, and then you fry the third egg. Then you have to give each instruction individually. That's not very efficient, right? And that's where functions come in. So we want to turn this into a reusable block of code. So let's say you put the instructions on how to fry an egg into one reusable block of code. So you have a function called fry egg, and then these are the instructions. So now when you're telling the robot to fry an egg, we can just say, okay, fry egg, fry egg, fry egg. So we're just referencing this function here. You don't have to type in the instructions all over again 5 times. That's much better, but it's still not the most efficient way. So what else can you do to functions? Let's talk about parameters then. So for each function, we can have an input, and that's called a parameter. And let's go back to our example on frying an egg. So now we're given a parameter n. So n is the number of eggs. So our instruction is going to be get n eggs from the fridge, turn on the stove, add the oil, crack n eggs into the pan, and wait for it to cook. So for this example, we're just going to assume our pan is infinitely big, just because if we tell it to fry 100 eggs, of course, in real life, that's not going to fit in one pan. Unless you have a pan that can fry 100 eggs in your house, that's cool. Okay,
So you can you can fry like 1,000,000 eggs theoretically.
yes, under this assumption, because we're assuming that our pan is infinitely big. So now we can give it the parameter. Let's say we give it the parameter 3. So now it's going to be fry 3 eggs. So get 3 eggs from the fridge, turn on the stove, add oil, crack 3 eggs into the pan, and wait for it to cook.
Progress.
Does anyone have any questions up until now? Okay.
Tony said this is a great example, Yada. He could use this for his class. We were talking about parameters.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so let's
for someone who just got here, we're just doing a lesson plan right now. You didn't miss much. Pretty much you want to give an overview of what happened?
Yeah, so I just talked about I just gave a demo of of Earsketch. I can quickly go through that again at the end if you're not sure. And then I talked about functions and parameters. So these are the two.
Yada, can you fix your mic? I think you like go over it a lot and then it creates a staticky sound.
Oh, okay. Is this better? I think if
Yes.
I just hold it, it's much better.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then so there's 3 concepts I'll be talking about today. So functions, parameters, and then the third one is for loop. We're going on to for loop. And then if you have any questions, I can go over any of these concepts at the end. Okay, cool. So now that we learn about functions and parameters, we can learn a little bit more about the Earsketch library. So the Earsketch library has a lot of different functions already predefined for you. And these are the first 2 most basic ones. It's init to initialize everything. So that's like the start of, you put it before everything, the start of your song. And then finish is to let Earsketch know, okay, this is the end of your song. So let's see the example here. So over here, I have my code, and then this is init, I put it at the beginning, and then finish, I put at the end. So notice here that these 2 are functions, and you know that because it's the name of the function plus these 2 brackets. And since there's nothing in the bracket, we know that it doesn't take in any parameters. Okay. And then let's up the level a little bit. Let's talk about set tempo. So set tempo will set the speed of your song. So the higher the tempo, the faster your song. Tempo can be set from any number from 45 beats per minute to 120 beats per minute. So in the beginning, if you notice, I adjusted the tempo. It's because I was experimenting with it. The default is around 120 beats per minute, but we can make that faster or slower. Let me show you. So let's say we're at 120. So I'll play it for you guys to listen, just to remind you. Okay, so this is 120 beats per minute. Let's say I want to be really fast. Let's adjust it to 200 beats per minute. So note that every time you adjust something, you have to click run first. And what run does is it will load everything, all the changes you made onto your workstation, and then you press play to hear the music. Okay, this is much faster, right? So you can experiment with the tempo to adjust how fast or slow you want your song to be. Okay, now this is a really difficult one. We're going to talk about fit media. Fit media doesn't take 1 or 2 or 3, but it takes 4 parameters. Okay, and it basically lets you add the audio clip to your music and determine the start and stop time for your audio clip. So the first parameter is the name of your sound clip. The second parameter is the layer. Don't worry if you are not sure what this means. I'll show you in a moment. And then we have the start time and then the stop time. Let's try one. So over here, you can see, I'm gonna comment everything out. So you put a hashtag at the end, at the start of a line, it will comment out that line of code. So that means that the program will know not to run this line of code. So now we only have 1 line of code. Okay, just the first sound file. So over here, I'm calling fit media, and then this is the name of that sound file. And then this one means layer. So I'm putting it in the first layer here. And then the start, I want to start at 1. And then I want it to stop playing at 3. Let's try and add another audio clip. Does anyone have anything they want to add? If you can see what's up here, it's quite small. Can't really make it bigger. But
Any drums? Looks like a drum loop is good.
Oh, yeah. Let's do drums. Hey, Jack. Ooh, that's a good question. Upload your own sound files.
yes, you can upload your own sound files.
There you go.
And Yada's gonna show us how to do that at the end when
Yeah, sweet.
yeah.
Okay.
You got any cowbell?
Cowbell? Cowbell. Okay, interesting. Let's see. You can search for sounds right here. So cow.
Oh, look
There
what we
is
do.
a cowbell.
Oh, I want
You
the
wanna-
funk
The
cowbell.
funk one?
Yeah, funk cowbell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like that.
Ooh, okay. Let's add it. So to add it, you press this button here, and this means paste into editor. So what it does, it will copy the name of this audio clip and paste it here. So that's how you do it. And then for layer, I'm going to put it in the second layer since the first layer is taken. And then we're gonna set the start and end time. Do you guys want it to start at the same time or at second, the third second? Any preferences? Feel free to just talk or let me know in the chat.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, I'll put it at the second. And then I'm
Jack
going
said
to,
first second.
oh, first second. And then I'll end it at the 4th second. Okay.
Gotta
Let's
hit run.
run this. Then let's hear it.
The tempo is way too fast, Yada. I think we should slow it down.
I'll slow it back to the default. I think the 120 is pretty good. 200
It
is
would get really
okay.
noisy in my classroom.
Okay. So now we know how to do fit media. We're almost there, everyone. Okay, cool. So For the bonus, I'm gonna teach you how to use the for loop. So a for loop will let you loop through music or a certain number of times. So the syntax for Python is for I in range, and then the number of times you want to loop it. In this case, in this example, we're looping through it 5 times. So I acts as a counter. So on the first loop, your I will be equal to 0. In the second loop, your I will be equal to 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then it won't run the 5th time just because it's already run it 5 times. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at each time, it will check, is I more than or equal to 5? If I is more than or equal to 5, it will stop. Okay, so let me show you how to add the for loop to your music so that you could loop it. See, I'm going to add the for loop here. For I in range, how many times do we loop it? Let's just say we loop it twice.
Twice,
And
okay.
then twice, yeah. And then I'm going to set the start variable. And I'm going to, so for the start variable, we're going to determine for how long, how many seconds until we loop it, we do another loop. So let's say I do start equals I times 3. That means it will play this, it will go inside the for loop and it will play this music for 3 seconds. Then at 3 seconds, it's going to start again and loop it again. Maybe 3 seconds is a little bit too short. Let's do 8 seconds. Okay. So I'm going to indent this. So this means that fit media, this one will now be inside the for loop. Okay. I'm going to, wait, no, we can't start yet. So I'm going to adjust this to 1 plus start, 3 plus start. So what we're essentially doing is, remember how I told you I is a counter? So at the first iteration, so the first loop, I is equal to 0. So this means in the first loop, I is equal to 0. So 0 times 8 is 0. So at the first iteration, we're going to play this sound at the first second and then stop at the third second. But at the second iteration, I is equal to 1. So 1 times 8 is 8. So this means we're going to play this sound at the 9th second. And then 3 plus 8 is 11 and stop at the 11th second. So I'll run this and you guys can see it visually as well. Okay, maybe 8 is a little bit too big. Sorry. Here, okay. So you can see now we've been looping through it twice. And just have silence. And then looping through it for the second time. So with this means that you don't have to individually add your sound music each time if you want to loop through it. So I'll show you a bigger loop. Let's say we want to load this. So this is another loop. Can you guys identify where is the first loop and where's the second loop? Okay, I can play. And now we're on to the second loop. Okay, I'm gonna stop here because this might take a while to play through the entire thing. But as you can see here, so my loop, I made it loop through for 10 seconds. If I adjust this, let's say I want to adjust this to 13 seconds. When I run it, you can see that the second loop will start here instead of starting here as it originally was. So you can experiment with this and change the number to see how long until you want it to start looping. Okay. And then after the end of your loop, you could, if you only want to loop part of your song, add something at the end. So this is not a part of the loop. As you can see, it's different. You don't see this before. So this line of code I added after my for loop. So you can add things before and after your for loop. So right here. Does anyone have any questions? I know that might be a little bit more like challenging for loops.
Questions might happen when they start playing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be here. So,
awesome.
okay, cool. Now that we know for loop, let's talk a little bit about the contest. So we do have a contest, and the top 4 contestants will win up to $100 worth of prizes. The submission deadline is January 21st. So you do have some time for the submission deadline. Winners will be announced in February. Let me show you quickly how you can submit. So I have my song here. It's called My Song. And then I'm going to go to scripts. And then you can see the scripts here. And then I click on this hamburger menu for the song I want to export. And then I'll click download. And here it gives you a lot of options on downloading your songs or your files. So we're going to download 2 things. When you submit, you want to download your script as well as your MP3. So just go ahead and click here. And it'll let you download your script. And you can also download your MP3. I've already downloaded once, so it might just, yeah, it's already on my computer. Okay, cool. And then when you submit, you're gonna fill up the submission form. So I kind of fill it up a little bit just so you guys can see. So I'm currently not in school, so these are all NA, but you guys should fill out your school. Oh. And then the second page. And then the third page is the one I want to talk about. So you're going to write 1 to 3 sentences about your project, and then you're going to submit your Python script. So when I told you guys here, oh, where did it go? Your Python script will be the first one here. This is your Python script. So you're going to download that and then upload it here. And then you're going to upload your MP3 file here. Don't worry if you're not sure about how to download your songs. We also have some written instruction if it loads with screenshots. Yeah, right here. Okay, skip back. So let's go ahead and get started. You can follow along with me. I'm going to start a new window. Can you guys see the private tab?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, we can. Can you put the link to the, oh, thank you. You're on it, Min, as usual.
So I just put a private tab so it doesn't remember me because I already logged in on Earsketch on another tab. So is everyone on Earsketch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You press start coding. You can feel free to take a tour and go through their instructions right here. But for the sake of showing you guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and start. So we're going to start, click on create a new script, and you want to create a Python script. And you can name your song anything. I'm just gonna name it My Song.
Will it be okay if people are comfortable with JS? Can they submit in JS to Java?
Sure, if you're already comfortable with JS, then yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then just to make sure that all my songs are saved properly, I'm gonna make an account. So just click on create account right here in the top right corner. Feel free to message in the chat if I'm going a little bit too fast.
I just wanted to mention something because I don't know if this happened to other students. When I opened up to the just coding the content manager was minimized on the left-hand side, so it didn't look like all the sounds. See the little slider?
Yeah.
So just making sure that if you're seeing it like that, you can just expand it so you can see the content manager.
You can expand and minimize things right here. Okay, so you click on create and reset account, then register a new account, unless you guys already have an account. In that case, just log in. So for username, you can just put anything. Password can be anything, and then you can put your email, it's optional. But you can, and then after you're done, press create an account. It's very simple. I'm not going to press it because I already have an account registered. But okay, I'm going to give you a few or like a minute or so to create your account, just so I'm not going too fast. If you're already caught up, feel free to just message in the chat and let me know you guys are caught up. Okay, cool. Yay. And then so once you've made an account, you have your song file here, you have your init, set tempo, finish. It's already done for you. So you can feel free to just start adding music by using Fit Media. And I'll copy a line of like Fit Media and then put it in the chat. So you guys don't have to like retype it if you don't want to type the entire thing. And you can just go ahead and use Fit Media and start adding your music. So I'm gonna do one demo here. In this case, I want this drum beat. So the name of the sound file, the layer, I'm gonna put it in layer 1. I start at first second and add the third second. Press run. And we have it. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and get started. And I'll be here in case you guys have any questions. Please just let me know in the chat or just turn on your mic. And then I can either put you into a breakout room or I can just address your question here. Good luck.
So does this conclude your presentation, Yada? Everybody give Yada a round of applause. So yeah, this is really cool, Yada. So what tell them more about like what the contest like requirements are. We're looking for someone some songs that are submitted between 30 seconds and a minute.
Yeah. So for the submission, you guys should aim to have your songs at least 30 seconds and then the maximum time is 1 minute. If 1 minute is a little long for you, feel free to use the for loop so you guys don't have to add like program each individual sections. And then as for what we're looking for, just submit.
Oh, I think we should show Jack and Tony how to upload original songs.
Yes, you can upload like sound clips.
Well, the question was, for the contest, do they have to be original songs or can they be a remix of something like pop song already?
Yeah, you can do a remix, but make sure you actually remix it, and like you're gonna need to upload like your code as like proof that you've added sound files individually for it, and it should match with like the audio clip, the MP3 that you've submitted.
Okay.
Okay, in terms of like uploading the individual sound file, I'm just gonna go find an audio clip first that I can upload, and then I'll share screen. Just so to make sure like I'm not uploading something like random sound.
Got it. There's like a free mp3.com or something you can look at.
Find some sound on.
I'm gonna try to do a new one. There's so many songs, Yada. How do I know which one to pick?
You can press play on the right side. I don't know what's like a good way to do it. I normally just listen to it and then experiment and try different things. So, okay, I managed to add a new song and I'm just gonna quickly show you guys how to do it. So if you're uploading a sound, you can only have it like the sound file can only be less than 30 seconds. So what I did was I just found this, where did it go? Oh, okay. So I found this 30-second drum beat video and this is what I wanted to add. I use YouTube, but you guys can probably find it from some other websites too. And then I just have this thing that converts it from YouTube to MP3 and I click download. And then once it's downloaded, I go back to Earsketch and then you can just click add sound and then you can add your sound. So they accept 3 types of sound files. So it does not have to be MP3. And then it's just called drum beat. So you can give it a name and then you can give it a tempo. So the tempo of the drum beat just now was 120 and then I'm going to upload it. Oh, I already uploaded just now. So I'm just gonna get drum beat 2. Okay, so it's been uploaded. Let's search for it. It's under my name. So now I can add it here and then Yay. Let me know if you guys have any troubles adding your own sound. Okay. And then in terms of remixing, since you guys can't upload like an entire sound, it might be a little bit hard because you have to upload it in 30-second snippets, but feel free to try it.
Sorry, that was my fan.
Yes, you can use JavaScript to code. If you're already familiar with JavaScript and you're comfortable with it, yes, feel free to use JavaScript.
For sure, as long as it makes music. How's it going, Jesse or Iris and Jack? My crew, any questions?
As with any music or creative process, I always recommend, brainstorming, just remixing, trying out different sounds and codes, and you'll know once it feels right.
One last thing, actually. So if you guys want to try something else that's not just Fit Media, they actually have a lot of different predefined functions for you. So there's Fit Media here. And then there's other things such as insert media, make beat. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you can make your own beat if you don't like any of those for the musically inclined folks.
So you could try playing around with any of these. And then if you want to see the documentation, you can just search. You can just search it right here on the right side, the curriculum tab. And then it should have some instructions on how to use it. If you're, and if you're confused, I'm always here to answer any questions.
Yeah, we'll be here for the next, this ends at 5 o'clock, but if there's no more questions for the next 7 minutes, we'll end our call early and we'll let y'all get to remixing. And we'll send your teachers the link to submit again, in case you don't have it. And then again, the deadline is not until next month. We want to give you ample time after your finals to experiment with this awesome software program. And it'll be graded by your local CSTA chapter teachers and myself. So we're looking for anything that's creative, bonus if you do a for loop. And if you look at the documentations, we're just looking for anybody who just wants to experiment with codes that we didn't talk about as well.
Jack, Jesse, and Iris are mine.
I think we got a few students from Paulway joining us.
Nice. How many do we have online?
I think one. Actually, that person left. Never mind, they left.
It's just my crew. That's all right. It is not due. No, it's due by the 21st, right? January 21st. So you have time. You have time to work on it. Jesse, yeah.
And to reiterate, we are giving out $100 of prizes. So that means we have 4 of those. So we can't really announce what's up yet, but y'all gonna like it. It's one of those cool prizes. Yeah. Anything else you want to add, Yada and Laura?
No, if they have questions, do you guys want to? I don't know if you guys are comfortable with emailing, but here's my email if you guys want to email.
Yeah, if you want Yada to look at your code or troubleshoot something, Yada's pretty good at that.
Great option.
And then Yada, do you want to tell more people what you do? Like what's up with you? What's your story, Yada? How did you get into
Uh,
computer science?
Okay, so I got into computer science through Scratch. If you guys are familiar with Scratch, I think like one time in middle school, my teacher was just, oh, we're gonna try Scratch, and I really liked it. So yeah, I love it. And then so when I got to high school, I was like, I really like Scratch from that one time in middle school. So I think computer science might be fun to take. So I actually had to move school because the school I was in didn't offer any computer science classes. So I moved school and then took some computer science classes. And then I still liked it. So when I was deciding my college major, I was like, maybe I should try computer science. And so I ended up doing math and computer science in college. Along the way, I also have a design minor. So that's to do with so if you have any apps or programs on your phone or any like websites, there's like always a design element to it. So like the interface, how do we make it so that it's easy for people to use? So that was really cool for me. I didn't know that was like there was this whole part of computer science that I didn't know about in the beginning, and that's something I found out I really like doing. And so I have design minor. What else? I'm graduating this quarter, and in January, I'll be working at Apple. If you guys are familiar with Swift Playgrounds, it's an app on the App Store that basically teaches some like basic concepts of how to use like Swift and computer programming. In the future, you should be able to like write some programs in Swift Playground and directly publish it to the App Store as well. That's pretty exciting. But I'll be working on that after I graduate.
That's so cool.
That's so exciting, Yada. We're really happy for you. And Yada, can you tell us about your involvement at UC San Diego and your colleagues with Triton Hacks and more opportunities that's available in the spring?
Yes, so definitely, I love talking. So I'm involved in Train Hacks. And so Train Hacks is basically a hackathon for high school students. So this year it will be like a 2-day hackathon and it'll be in person. You guys will come to UCSD. And then if you guys are not familiar with what a hackathon is, it's basically an event where you get to make like, it's like a marathon, but a hacking marathon. So you have like, typically it's like 24 48 hours. You have those time within that time you try and make a project with your friends, and then at the end you submit your project and then you can win some cool prizes. Along the way there's also a lot of workshops and games and activities for you to do during the hackathon. So if that's something you guys are interested in, definitely sign up. The sign up form should be available sometime like February or March. And then the hackathon for this year should be happening in May. So I organized Turn Hacks last year and that was online. And then the one this year is organized by like some very amazing students. And you guys should be like, it should be fun.
So for my students, because I won't have you in the spring, I'll be offering this through my AP computer science class. But if you guys are interested, I'll make sure that you have all the information, because I'm hoping that maybe we can figure out a way to either get a bus or do some sort of transportation so that I can send a crew representing, because I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, we were talking about like the busing situation too. We just have to, yeah, if you have enough people, Korean, we'll
Yeah,
strategize.
I might even be able, I'm curious whether I could get funding from CCTE, because I haven't done field.
Oh yeah.
Is it's a weekend? It's going to be on a weekend, right?
Yes, it's going to be on a weekend. So it's like one of the weekends in May. I don't remember which weekend, but I know that it's not during APs. I think
After
that's-
you
It'll be
usually,
after AP. Okay. Do you know where are you going to be using the supercomputer center? Where are you? Do the students have to bring their devices?
Yeah.
Do you know all those details? I mean, I know it's a ways away, so.
It's most likely going to be in the computer science the building at the CSE department.
Okay,
If not, we're looking into another room, but we're like logistically, it's still not set yet just because of COVID and everything.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then in terms of like devices, definitely if you can bring your own devices. So if you have a laptop, bring it. If you don't have any devices, we should be able to provide some like
Is
um,
everything going to be online? It's nothing that they have to download?
yeah, so we're gonna
Okay.
make sure that it's most of like so for Trident Hacks, what we do is we have some starter kits, and these are basically like some like instructions on like teaching you how to do different projects. So
Okay.
from last year, we had different projects such as like teaching you how to make a web scraping project, teaching you how to make a website, teaching
Oh,
you how to
cool. Okay.
make a game. So there's like a bunch of those, and then most of those like the resources you need are all like they're all using like browser based things.
Mhm.
So as long as you have a browser like Google
Perfect.
Chrome,
Because
something,
I'm thinking all of our students have Chromebooks, so
yeah, it
as
should
long as
work.
it's Chromebook friendly, we're good.
Yeah, but there are a few like some programs, like some kits, like some projects that might require you to download it if you want to do that project.
Okay.
For example, like
Good choice.
if you want to make an app, most likely you're going to need Android Studio. If you want
Okay.
to make a 3D game, you might need Unity. So those things.
Okay.
But there are a lot of options. So even if you can't download anything, there's a lot of choices for you for like browser-based projects.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Hey, Jack, Iris, and Jesse, thanks so much for coming. You three are rock stars.
thank you for coming, y'all.
I appreciate it. And I'm also looking forward to hearing what you mix.
We're gonna be sending stickers, so y'all three should get some stickers by next week. And Tony, I'll send some to your classrooms as well. Is your Olympian high school address okay, Tony?
Yes, you can send it to school address.
Okay, sounds good.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad. We had, I think we had Luis who came in and went, oh, maybe I'm a little late.
It's all good. This is all recorded, so it should be up by next week.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
That's good. I'll circulate it because unfortunately, because we had an early exit, all of our students left at 2:00 today. So that's why I think, because I had quite a few people interested and then, not show. So I can certainly post the link to this, but I want to give Jesse and Iris and Jack a head start though, since they actually showed up. So I want to give them a little bit more time so that they can, and then I'll post it.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll post it on Monday. So folks
Yeah.
who came,
Perfect.
you have like a weekend and 2-day head start.
Sounds good.
I think that concludes our whole presentation. And
Any questions, Jesse, Iris, Jack, before you log off?
No, I don't have any. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
You like mix certain sounds in the studio?
Pardon?
Can you like mix your own sounds and make your own sounds in the studio?
yes, I think so. From your own studio, you can do it from your own studio and then like import it, or you can do it directly on the Python script.
Are you talking about
Okay.
like recording your own like playing your drum physically in real life and then recording it and uploading it? Is that what you're
No,
talking
I meant like mixing the sounds that we have on the Earsketch studio and then kind of working with that somehow to alter it.
Oh, if you want to do that, you might need to take a look at the APIs. There's a lot of different effects. Let me just show you. So let me see. If you go here, I think it's under here. So if you this is the list for all the effects. You might want to use this to mix. If this answers your
I did.
question.
Okay.
So you should be able to play around with these. If there's any of these that you don't understand, feel free to email me, and then I can go through it with you as well.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So Yada, when do you start? Are you taking time off before you move to the Bay Area?
Yeah, so I'm from Thailand, so I'm going back home for 1 month, and then
Okay.
I start in like mid-January.
Oh, nice. So is your family from, you live in Thailand?
Yes.
Yeah,
I-
okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I just actually got a new student in my class she's 2 months here from Thailand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she's
Cool.
actually doing, I mean, we're 13 weeks in, so I
Mhm.
have her doing some, but she's doing really well. Her English is fantastic, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. So my her best friend is from Thailand, and she actually owns Min, Sabi Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so my daughter's best friend, her mom is the she's the brains behind Sabi Lee.
Oh, and that's
What-
cool.
Have you had any of that food? Have you had any of
Yeah.
that, Yada?
I love it. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorites.
It's like the authentic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the best. I think one of the best type dishes
Yeah.
possible.
So
in
there's
Korea.
one of their restaurants is in our neighborhood, but I used to drive them to school when they were in middle school.
Mhm.
And so our Christmas presents were always food. So I was really sad when the girls learned to drive because there went my
Oh, yeah.
but it's awesome. So anyway, well, enjoy your break. Congratulations, Yada. Thank you so much for this. And
Yeah,
good luck
thank
at
you,
Apple.
Yada.
Have a nice break as well.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Yada's the one that came to us and asked
I
to
love it.
volunteer. So I didn't pressure her to do anything.
I love it. This is fantastic. It's a good start. I need to play more with it because I think Earsketch is fun.
Yeah.
So
All right, y'all. Happy CS week. Happy coding.
thank you all.
Yeah,
See
we'll
the
look
3 of you
forward to
Thank you for
tomorrow.
having us.
Bye.
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 Thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.